In 2017, I almost ended up in Malaysian prison for a crime I knew nothing about. Till today, that memory haunts me like a ghost I couldn't shake off. It started on the night before I was supposed to go back to Malaysia. I was hanging out with my best friend, Tukor, someone I had known right from my boarding school days at Government College, Saminaka. Tukor was a short black boy from Benue State. He hated being reminded of his height and where he came from. With us that evening was my girlfriend, Susan, a slim, pretty girl from Kogi State who had the purest smile. She loved music, she loved dancing, and somehow she made everything seem lighter. Looking back now, I realized the red flags we took her had been there all along, but I ignored them. Maybe I didn't want to believe someone I called friend could ever mean me any harm. Maybe I trusted too easily. That evening, my plan was simple: spend my last night quietly with Susan before my flight the next day. But Tukor had other plans. He kept pushing for us to go clubbing. Bills on me, of course. I said no. I had spent most of my money shopping for my trip, but he didn't want to give up. He even spoke to my girlfriend Susan behind my back, begging her to convince me. At the end, I gave in. We drove all the way from Ajah to Ikeja to a nightclub. The place was lively, flashy lights, friendly waiters, but their prices were insane. Somehow I even made payment twice for drink. I find out the next day. By then it was too late. I had been debited already. That thought haunted me for a long time. After that night out, Susan, Tukor, and myself stayed at my place. The next morning, after hugging Susan and saying goodbye, I asked my friend Tukor to drop me at the airport. Little did I know that my nightmare was beginning. When I arrived at Malaysia and started unpacking my luggage, something strange fell out. A small wrap of cannabis. My heart stopped. Time froze. I kept staring at it like it would disappear if I blinked long enough, but it didn't. It was real. I knew immediately that this was not a mistake. It could never be a mistake because I was very sure I packed my bag myself. Then the chilling question flooded my mind. What if they had searched me at the airport? What if they had found it? Who would have believed I knew nothing about it? In Malaysia, even a tiny amount of drugs can mean life imprisonment or even worse, death sentence. I would have lost everything: my freedom, my future, my entire family pride and respect. And deep down, I knew exactly who was responsible. My best friend Tukor, the one I trusted with my life. I never confronted him, not a single word. Some betrayals are so deep. Silence is the only answer. I ended the friendship quietly, but completely blocked and deleted and forgot about everything that has to do with him. Also, I thought. Months later, while I was still in Malaysia, Susan and I reconnected briefly. We were already broken up at that time, but during a random conversation, she told me something that made my blood run cold. She revealed that months back when we were still together, Tukor had lied to her. He claimed I had sent him to collect some items from a way bill, but because I didn't have some cash, I asked him to ask Susan to borrow him some money. She trusted him and gave him the money. I never knew about it. Tukor never mentioned it to me. And of course, he never returned the money back to her. When Susan confronted him later, Tukor gave a laughable excuse. He said he was testing her to know if she still loved me. How stupid of him. How wicked. How disappointing. Looking back now, it's clear the signs were there all along. I just refused to see them. I wanted to believe the best in someone who clearly didn't deserve it. That is the dangerous thing about ignoring red flags. You might survive once, maybe twice, but one day, ignoring them could cost you everything. Moral lesson: cross carefully. Loyalty is rare, and betrayal comes from people you least expect. Red flags are real. Never ignore warning signs. Always check your luggage before traveling, even if you pack them yourself. Always listen to your instincts. If something feels wrong, then it's probably wrong. Protect your peace. Cutting off a toxic friend is not being disloyal to friendship. It's being loyal to yourself. Friendship is earned, not owned. Years of knowing someone doesn't truly mean you know their heart. When people show you whom they are, believe them the first time. Call to action. If this story touches you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Someone somewhere might need this warning. To avoid a life-changing mistake, stay alert, cross wisely, protect your future. Real friends protect you, and they don't put your life at risk. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Stanley Chooks, aka Advance, aka Pink, the Fine Boy.